Hey folks, it's Daniel Rashid. Thanks for tuning in. I'm here to talk about the pluses of being a first-time home buyer and not to abuse it or not abuse it, but make sure you use it. Don't abuse it. So on your first purchase, on any property purchase, especially in our province here, this is Prince Edward Island. So when you purchase your first property, there's some advantages that the provincial government offers you. And one of those advantages is land transfer tax, and that's usually 1% of the purchase price. It may not seem like much, but if you're buying something like 400 grand, that's $4,000 that you got to pay in transfer tax. That kind of just goes to nothing. And for your first home or your first sort of investment, that could be a lot. Now, this sort of has to be your first home, so you got to buy it with that, intent to live in it. But, there's no really riders to say that you can't rent bedrooms out or you can't do something with that home. So take advantage of your first purchase, because if you end up buying a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex, that may not apply. You may have to check, but that may not apply to those multi-unit buildings. What definitely won't apply is like a small down payment. So if you were to purchase a duplex or a triplex, you're going to have to put a bigger down payment. And as your first purchase, you can get away going 5%. In our province, there's a special program that will even cover that 5%. So it's 100% lended. I think it's 5%. They'll cover up to $50,000 if I'm not mistaken. And with that, it's like a interest-free loan, which is fantastic. And you should definitely take advantage of that. So in your first purchase, I don't even know what I said there. on your first purchase, take advantage of those programs, especially the 5% program if that applies to you. Also with that, you got the 5%, you got the 1% land transfer tax, and I think with those two combined. And I forgot to mention, if you have any investment accounts, RRSPs especially, you could use those towards a first home purchase with no penalty. Open one of those accounts early if you're thinking about buying the next few years, just because you can build that account up and you can load it in the next tax season, pull out the benefit from investing in that account. You have to pay that account back in like 15 years, but that's a long time. You'll build enough equity, that's no problem. But just keep that in mind, take advantage. As a first-time home buyer, it's the only time you can kind of pull from that account and invest it into a place. So do so, and take advantage. And your ability to leverage at a low interest rate right now, you should be ahead of off to the races, so to speak. And sort of buy a home with more bedrooms if you can do it. If you want an investment property, some people don't want to rent, but if you want to, then you can cover that mortgage with those extra bedrooms. And if you don't want to share some spaces, maybe there's something like an in-law suite that you can kind of get away with using. That's not going to take your investment and make it a duplex or triplex, if you follow. That's it. That's all I want to talk about. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I know I am. I'm about to take a dip in this pool. I don't know. My day is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty quiet out here. I got a lot of kids, so it gets loud in there. Just staying out here for a second. It's peaceful. Water. It's peaceful. Look at that. Serene. Won't be like this in a second. Let me tell you. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope that helps you. Let me know if there's any questions or anything else you want me to cover. Take care.